Thomas T.R. Ross. I'm the CEO and key photographer for Born Visionaries.
Well, okay. Um, as a photographer and as a CEO, like what's some of your goals this year as far as your business, your brand, and everything that you got going on?
Well, the the key thing I want to do is kind of, definitely want to build on what the brand is. Born Visionaries. It's basically something that came up with, so I wouldn't have to be allocated to all the work. I could have simply called it Thomas Photography and everything, but then I'm the person you're looking for. I wanted to be able to build a brand that I can build a team around so they can learn certain things and learn, the aspect of photography, learn how to appreciate the craft and learn what the craft is supposed to be. It's an art. So that's how I approach it it's art. I'm recruiting some females, got some female models. The name of that is Elation Bell. The name came up because, of course, Elation is derivative from, a French word, which means enticing, and Belle, means beauty. So when you're saying Elation Bell, you're saying enticing beauty. So I have 3 girls right now. I have Marie, I got Megan, and I got another young lady named Kayla. So we're looking just to expand the brand and, of course, eventually get our own studios and trying to, expand past Virginia and everything else, but definitely trying to bring something back to the hometown that, people could be proud of.
Okay, cool. How long you been in photography, and what got you into it?
I've been doing photography for quite some time now. First I started off as a hobbyist, really, just here and there, but kind of had an eye for it, kind of had a knack for it. It's not until I started, my brother and I did a clothing line, and I was, asked the guy, how much he charged to do a photo shoot. And he charged this ridiculous price, and at the time he probably would have got us because, I didn't know the difference in quality like I do now. So, I went out and I bought me about a camera, which was the D3200, and kind of played with that one and kind of learned, the ins and outs of the camera. And pretty much I got addicted to photography from just knowing the camera itself was the more important part of photography, and knowing the settings and knowing what glass to use. And when you say glass in photography world, you're basically talking about your lens. But just knowing your equipment. I know a lot of cats go out there and say, the new camera. If I had this camera, the pictures would come out, more clear. But that really isn't the thing. There's a camera out there right now that has 16 megapixels. It's all about the processor. So don't think that the more megapixels mean the better quality. That's not what it is. You just got to know your equipment and know your product and know what you're dealing with in order to get what you're looking for. So as you can tell, I really got it honed with the craft and fell in love with photography as a whole.
When someone approaches you and they're looking to work with you, what qualities are you looking for, or what are you looking for in someone's work what entices you to work with somebody?
Well, the art of the music and the artistry of what I do has to mesh. It has to marry each other. When I listen to someone, I listen to their approach and I look at their drive. I see how, what they're doing. And I really listen to the music. I don't mess with, I don't say I don't work. I don't work with a lot of people, and I don't work with everybody just because, one, I have to protect the brand that I'm trying to establish. Two, I want not only the music be a self-reflection of the artistry of the cover, but the cover reflects the music. I know that I recently did a couple album covers. I did one for Kobe Tyrant, which was No Way, which was basically it's just you could see the album cover and then get what the whole song is about. I recently did one for Jay Real, which was the On Me single that he had. Listened to the song, it was a dope song, and I kind of wanted the cover to play into what the song was feeling. So if I'm invested in your music and I'm invested in your craft, I'm going to definitely invest, that quality, because the quality of music you give me is the quality of work I'm going to give you. Now, if you're talking about the same consistent thing and you're just looking for me to just take pictures and stuff like that, that doesn't work with me. I'm not going to compromise quantity for quality. So I've been approached by a couple cats to do some work, I don't. Not coming off like a pompous or someone that just don't want to work with certain people. I just, I kind of, politely turn them down, like, look, hey, I just don't do this for everybody. When I do stuff, it takes time. I got to get to know who you are as a person, because if I do the album cover and saying you doing music, you just don't want me to take the picture. You want to be able to say, hey, that picture looks like that song, or that song relates to that picture. So it really is more or less about having those two things marry each other and making sure that I'm invested in the music and you're giving me the top quality.
The music scene, like in Virginia, it's a lot of talks about, I guess everybody sees the point in, or the benefit in unifying, but it seems to be something that's hard to do. What do you think are some of the challenges that prevents people in Virginia, I guess on a music level, linking up, and actually becoming a team?
I feel like it's been a race. Everybody's in a race to be that person. Everybody wants to be that person that puts Virginia on. And I think that's the wrong way of doing it. Everybody's in different cliques. Even in Newport News, everybody reps that, downtown or Newport News, but it all still feels divided. The problem that was one of the key problems I've seen dealing with other people, and certain people think they're in the upper echelon of the music scene in Virginia, and certain people don't want to work with no one, and things of that sort. So I really believe that's one of the things that stagnates Virginia. And the problem is that how you expect the industry to bang with us when we don't bang with ourselves. When you've seen Atlanta come together, and Atlanta, even if you didn't work together even if they didn't like each other, but you couldn't tell that on wax. They got to a certain level and they all eating. Virginia, I think, is just a mixing pot because we don't have a sound. We inherit everyone else's sound. And when we do have a sound, Virginia people don't appreciate it. So that's when people leave it, like Timbaland or Missy and them leave it, leave and go somewhere else with it, is because we didn't appreciate it at home. And I see a lot of cats out here, working hard, try to, make things happen. I've known you for a while, and there's always been a name that's connected to everybody, but still just can't seem to get all these cats in the same room, which is, it's just one of those things that is just annoying. And that's the reason why I, even with the photography, that's the reason why I tend to pick the person that no one knows, or and give them that look, just because you don't know what this man has been doing behind the scene. And I like to, give them that pop, because people don't notice, the small guy until the small guy jumps up. So that's just the problem with Virginia in itself. Until we can get our own way, we're not going to pop as a state. And that's the reason why people bubble on the low, and when they leave, they don't come back, because there was never no love shown here. You can leave Virginia and then pop off in another state, and then that's where Virginia's going to ride for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, if Breezy was trying to do it, or Trey was trying to do it the way that most of these cats are doing it, they would have never got on. So they've done it quiet, left the city, yelled at VA, and now they come back and VA ride with them. You know what I mean? So that's just corny. You know what I mean? People put Drake's album cover on their page, but they won't put no one else on their page. And you got local artists out here trying to make a way for Virginia. And so when that one person pop, you think they're gonna come back to Virginia? Like, no.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna come back when y'all didn't show me no love? Now you want to show me love because I'm popping? VA is a state of, following. They was gonna do what's popular. You know what I mean? If it's not popular, they're not gonna do it. And what the problem is, we need to make something pop for us. Make stuff popular outside of it. Everybody want to sound like they're from down south. Everybody want to go to, sound like they're from New York. How they go past Virginia and go find designers?
Yeah, all the way.
You know what I mean? Like, I know a couple of cats around here that will eat them up. So it's ridiculous to me, man. It really is. And Virginia needs to tighten up. But as much as it is, man, it's always that crab in the bucket syndrome, man.
Yeah.
So it takes people like you, myself, and other cats that I'm trying to convene with, trying to put this thing together, man. And if you can't, you can't do it. I mean, I'm not going to force you. You can't lead no one into with a horse of water and make them drink.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. So, I guess just continue to do what you're doing, and hopefully everything falls in line, honestly.